President Trump is selling his tax plan as rocket fuel for the economy, but some Republicans, unfortunately, aren't buying it. Senator Bob Corker says right now there is no, quote, no way in hell he's voting for this plan, while New Jersey and New York congressmen plan to fight to keep state and local tax deductions. So what does this mean for the fate of the president's tax reform? Here to weigh in is tax and financial expert Dan Geltrude. Dan, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
So the president releases his plan. It's a simplification of the tax code, a reduction of rates, but one of it includes ending the deductions for state and local income taxes. Tell us why different states would react differently to that plan.
If you have a state that's a high tax state, generally the states along the coast, blue states, California, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, they have very high tax rates. So what's going to happen is those people from those states are not going to get the benefit of a federal tax deduction for those high taxes that they have been paying. So that's something that seems to be upsetting some people.
So they pay additional federal tax as a result, which means I believe the scoring is the federal revenue will increase by $1.3 trillion over the decade, according to the Tax Policy Center. So the Republicans are looking for pay-fors in this plan. This is one of them. But if you're in a state where you don't have any state income tax, you're loving this.
It has no impact on them. However, let's be clear about something. The president is not looking at that specific item, the reduction of itemized deductions for state taxes, as a way to raise money here for the federal government. The whole point of his tax plan, which, by the way, we really should be referring to as an economic plan, because this is about putting money back into the people's hands. The economy is not going to take off by the government taking our money.
Sure.
So what happens here is that the president is looking to simplify, meaning offset those deductions with higher standard deduction.
They're almost doubling the standard deduction.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Getting rid of the AMT and to lower rates. And at a minimum, it's going to be an offset, but the president's plan is supposed to actually lower taxes. But keep in mind, this is a work in progress. We don't really know what the plan is going to say. It's a blueprint. So
it's a blueprint, but as a tax expert and financial expert yourself, what's the most important part of the blueprint? What should be the non-negotiable aspect for the president and for Republicans?
I think when you're talking about getting fuel into this economy, it's really lowering that corporate income tax, getting it from 35 now to 20, bringing it down. We're talking about bringing corporations back to the United States. We're talking about bringing foreign corporations to do business in the United States and creating jobs for Americans.
You know, the CBO scoring always becomes an issue with bills. The CBO does not score dynamically, which means they do not include growth. What should Republicans do to sort of account for the fact that Democrats are suddenly now going to be fiscal hawks and be talking about exploding debt?
Well, that's all about politics. And let's look at it this way. The CBO isn't always right. Whatever the CBO says, well, the party that is favored by that opinion, they jump all over it.
It's true. It's become a political football for sure. Dan Geltrude, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. All right. Well, the liberal